What's up, everyone? I'm heading to the Donald Trump rally in Youngstown, Ohio, my hometown. And I think that's pretty cool. You know, he comes to a town that's not that big and packed full of violence sometime and unemployment. So we definitely want to hear what he has to say about that. Just a couple thoughts for the day. Jeff Sessions, the whole situation with him. I know a lot of people are kind of upset about it. I know Donald Trump has expressed some disapproval of Jeff Sessions, which some of it is warranted. And I will say this, you got to kind of look at it like this. Donald Trump said he was coming to Washington to drain the swamp. And I think he's frustrated because Jeff Sessions is a part of that process. And I can't understand for the life of me how he can allow obvious crimes with real evidence to go, like the uranium one deal, like the collusion with Ukraine, like God knows how many other crimes. How about this? Receiving money from Russia with Bill and her being in the office, Loretta Lynch on the tarmac, destroying of evidence, all of those obvious crimes, and yet he has not opened up an investigation against those things. He has not put the Democrats on the defense. He's allowing them to be on the offense, which they're just pinning their ears back and coming straight at the president with no fear of a counterattack. And I think that's the main frustration, where you sit back and you say, okay, I'm the highest law officer in the land, but I see that this is obviously an attempt to railroad the president. They have no evidence. I reclude myself from the process for whatever reason, just because of political pressure. And I don't know if Hillary and the gang has something on him that's keeping him from going after this. You got leaks everywhere. You have a special counsel put together to go after the president, which is taking more liberties than they've been given. They're going all into his personal finances, and nobody's blocking this. And I don't understand. And not blocking it because of obstruction. Not blocking it because they're trying to protect the president from something he did. And they're like, oh, man, let's cover this up, like the Democrats did with Hillary, and Comey did with Hillary, and Loretta Lynch and Price and all of the gang. But my point is, there's no evidence. And yet you're allowing them to just dig around until they find something. And I think what the president wants is a more aggressive attorney general who is saying, you know what? The American people see all of these crimes that were committed with evidence that at least would warrant an investigation. And yet we don't see anybody yelling for them to come in and testify, demanding that they testify. None of that. It's just like, okay, I'm going to focus more so just on the immigration situation, which is cool. He's doing a good job with that. But I think what Donald wants is some counter-punching. Now, I think he has to go about it very wisely when he deals with Jeff Sessions, because Jeff Sessions was one of the first to come out and endorse him. And pound for pound, he's well supported amongst the Republican Party. And I think he needs to handle him with care. You never want to create an enemy on the way out the door. I think some of the criticism can be done in-house. If you have a problem with Jeff Sessions, you're the president. Pull him in and say, listen, I need you to be more aggressive when it comes to going after these obvious crimes that Sean Hannity and everybody else, just one by one, every night, they lay them out. And yet nobody's laying out any crimes that President Trump or any of his campaign has actually committed. And we're investigating them for some reason. And so I think a conversation like that needs to take place. I think the president needs to be careful because, see, we as the people who understand his personality, who voted for him, we know what we were getting. If he don't like what you're doing, he'll put you out on blast and you'll be on the chopping block. But there has to be a little wisdom in the way he do it, because Jeff Sessions have shown some loyalty to him. But my real concern is, why isn't Jeff Sessions going after all of these other criminal activities and demanding that they investigate these? And that's the big problem. So the plot thickens. We shall see what happens with this. I hope that Jeff Sessions become more aggressive to where he doesn't have to go. And I hope if the president lets him go, he doesn't do it in a manner where he creates an enemy and not an ally. I think there has to be wisdom in cutting people loose, especially people who you work with. Because you know what happens. Same thing with Comey. He got put out on blast, got cut loose, and then he wanted to become a big old whining baby and send out all kind of classified information. So stay posted. We'll see what happens.